Hi guys, Paul and Thomas here.
Hello.
And this is going to be a quick update on the game LiftOff. And it's essentially a flight simulator / game for mini quads, isn't it?
Yes, and it is based around ImmersionRC and Fat Shark and the Vortex Quad.
Late last year, I received a code from Pudsey RC. And what I will do is actually have a link in the description to his channel. And we got to actually try the game out. It was early release, wasn't it?
Yes.
And we had some help from Kevin from
LuGus Studios.
LuGus Studios, that's right.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Pretty sure that is the way you pronounce it. But yeah, so we managed to get the game going, and over the last few months, it's actually progressed quite nicely, hasn't it?
Yes, it's came along pretty far considering it wasn't released that long ago.
So yeah, it's worth mentioning that this is an early release.
Yes, so that means there's still going to be a lot of bugs. Actually, for an early access, it has way less bugs than I expected. Most early access games have way more issues than this.
So it's actually progressing quite nicely. Anyway, later in this video, what we will be doing is having a giveaway of 3 giveaway codes for the game. And these were kindly supplied by LuGus Studios. And this is Kevin from LuGus Studios actually provided those to us. So we'll have details about those a little later on in the video. So these are some of the game settings for the game itself. Multiplayer, that obviously doesn't work, does it?
Not yet. So that there is kind of like your basic menu that allows you to turn on screen display, static, stuff like that. These are just your graphics settings, and you can also change your field of view of your camera there.
We've got audio, and what can you do there?
You can just change your music volume, master volume, and your actual aircraft volume.
And controls, is that like your joystick and whether you're using a Tyrannus radio, etc., is it?
Yeah, and I'll actually go through here how you set it up.
Okay, so we're moving on to the Workbench, is it?
Yes, and this is where you are actually able to choose your quadcopter and customize it.
So these are the options as far as quadcopters, I assume?
Yes, so I use the Metal Danny edition because it's green and it's awesome.
You've got green props in your quad normally. So what sort of things can you do actually? What sort of things can you change on this at the moment?
For now, the camera, there isn't actually any other options for the camera, but you can change the camera tilt. You can switch out motors, props, your battery.
So obviously you've got a choice of motors. What sort of motor options have you got?
So you got the Cobras, which is what I'm running right now. You've got I can't remember what the brand's called. It's some funny name, but they're basically the T-Matter 1806s.
So you can change obviously batteries and all that sort of stuff too.
Yeah, so I use the equivalent of a Nanotech 1.3.
I have to ask a question. Can you change the tri-blades?
No, not yet. I really hope they add tri-blades because
that'll change the whole dynamics completely, won't it?
Yes.
So that'd be really, really cool.
So we're going to have a look at the settings that you can put in for the flight controller, or basically your rates and your PIDs and stuff like that.
So these are the basic settings you're running with at the moment at the point of making this video?
Yes, I can't remember if the PIDs there are my own or if they're someone else's. I think there could be a variation of someone else's PIDs. I can't quite remember.
That you've tweaked for your settings?
Yeah.
Anyway, and we'll move along to some of the other features that you have in the game. So can you tell me exactly what it is that we're looking at the moment?
Right now we're looking at a video of the MMRC Open Final, and that video there was actually from one of the guys I was racing Go, and basically what I'm going to show off here is the track builder. Now I must say, since the last update, the track builder is actually way better. The first time
it's come a long way, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, the first time it didn't work at all for me, but now it does actually work, and it's quite usable.
So this is obviously you naming the track and creating the track. And what sort of things can you do when you're actually constructing this track? Obviously, I assume gates and stuff like that.
Gates, flags, you can put markers on the ground like cones and stuff like that. And the other cool one is structures, which I don't think I demo in this video. But basically, do you know from the F3 Expo?
Yep.
Those big massive girders they had that like they were flying through, the big
things? Yeah.
You can basically place them.
Oh, okay, so you can really customize the actual track you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, to get it just right. Okay. And it's awesome.
I think where this is going to be really handy is, I can imagine, like, I know it's a game and I know it's a simulator and all that sort of stuff, but if you can imagine, if you've got a race meet coming up and people have got the opportunity to actually race the track, as in that they're going to be flying for real, that's got to make a phenomenal difference, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, it will.
I mean, you get out there, usually you don't have that much practice time, and half the problem isn't just getting the practice time, and it's actually knowing what the track actually is, and knowing where the turns are, which are the tight turns, which are the smoother turns, etc. This would really give you the opportunity to actually practice the track and speed up the practice sessions at race meets, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
So
you at least know what you're going to be going into.
Yes. So that's another feature that this thing's actually got at the moment, which is absolutely fantastic. So look, the game is actually developing along quite nicely as far as what's the flight dynamics like?
The flight dynamics are pretty good. I'd say there's a little bit better than most of the other simulators that I've played right now. But funnily enough, I actually think real life's easier right now.
Yeah.
With one shot and beta flight and all that now, I'd say flying in real life is actually easier than flying in LiftOff, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, so I mean, look, I think that's one of those things that's going to develop over time, because these guys are going to have to try and keep up with developments with, like Thomas said, like with one shot, beta flight, what Boris has been doing with beta flight, as in the improvements he's actually made. I mean, it's gotten quite ridiculous now where we're flying on really windy days, and you'll come back and look at your videos and say, oh gosh, there's a little bit of a jitter there, isn't there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're fussy about, I mean,
Well,
like...
before it would have been,
before,
it's windy, I'm not going to fly.
Before, if you got video, the quality that we're getting at the moment on a perfectly still day, people would be absolutely blown away by it. So realistically, flight controllers are just getting, the algorithms, etc., that they're using is getting just so much better that realistically at the moment, most of the sims are actually harder to fly than the real deal, aren't they?
Yeah, easily.
But irrespective, look, I think LiftOff is actually coming along quite nicely. What we will do is actually let you watch the rest of this video, and we might do some more videos on it over the next few months as they progressively add enhancements, etc. To the game. A big thank you and a shout out to the whole team at LiftOff, especially Kevin, for also providing us with 3 giveaway codes for the game. And what I will do is have details about that in the description, so be sure to actually check that out. And we'll probably give that away, a week from the time of release of this video.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll let you watch the rest of the video. There's a compilation of Thomas doing some acro, some race training, etc. And hopefully you guys get a chance to check out the game. If you are interested in getting in on the game early, this is a pretty good opportunity. Or otherwise, if you want to wait till the game is 100% polished, that's probably a few months away still, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks very much for taking time to watch this video, and we will catch you guys in the next one.
See ya.